The dimly lit cantina on Nar Shaddaa was filled with the usual denizens of the galaxy's underworld. Smugglers, mercenaries, and the occasional desperate soul seeking to drown their sorrows. Amidst the smoke and murmurs, Cad Bane sat alone at a corner table, his wide-brimmed hat casting a shadow over his red eyes. He nursed a drink, but his attention was elsewhere, his sharp mind calculating his next move. A quiet buzz on his wristcom alerted him to an incoming message. He tapped the device and a small hologram of a hooded figure flickered into view. The voice, cold and precise, was one Bane recognized instantly. "Lord Vader," Bane acknowledged, his voice calm, hiding the slight unease he felt in dealing with the Sith Lord. "Bane," Vader's voice crackled through the transmission. "I have a task for you. 3 Jedi have been located on the outskirts of the Corellian sector. They are in hiding, but I want them eliminated. Permanently." Bane's eyes narrowed. Jedi were not easy prey, but the challenge excited him. "What's the bounty?" "Enough to make it worth your while," Vader replied. "Do not fail me, Bane." The transmission ended, and Bane leaned back in his chair. The drink in front of him remained untouched as he considered the task ahead. A smirk played on his lips. Hunting Jedi was a dangerous game, but he had always enjoyed the thrill of the hunt. Bane's ship, the Justifier, touched down on a desolate rocky moon orbiting Corellia. The landscape was barren, with jagged cliffs and deep canyons, the perfect place for someone or several someones to hide. Bane disembarked, his droid companion, Todo 360, hovering beside him. The bounty hunter's boots crunched against the gravel as he surveyed the area, his eyes scanning for any sign of life. "To do, begin scanning for life forms," Bane ordered. "Right away, boss," Todo chirped, his sensors sweeping the area. Minutes passed, and then the droid's sensors pinged. 3 life forms detected, about 2 clicks east. "They're trying to mask their presence, but I've got them." Bane nodded, his hand brushing against the holsters of his blaster pistols. "Let's get this over with." The two made their way through the craggy terrain, moving silently as shadows. Bane's years of experience had taught him patience, and he stalked his prey with the precision of a predator. As they approached a narrow ravine, Bane spotted movement. 3 figures, clad in tattered robes, huddled around a small fire. The Jedi. Bane recognized them from the reports. Master Quar, a seasoned Twi'lek, his apprentice, a young human named Dara, and the third, a Mirialan Jedi Knight, Yaris Val. They were battle-worn, weary from years of running, but their lightsabers were within reach, ready for a fight. Bane crouched behind a rock, observing them. He could see the tension in their posture, the way their eyes darted around. Sensing that something was amiss, Jedi always did have a knack for that. He signaled Todo to move in quietly. The droid obeyed, flying low to avoid detection, and positioned himself near the Jedi, ready to disrupt their defenses when the time came. Bane waited until the right moment. The Jedi were distracted, discussing their next move. With the precision of a sniper, Bane raised his blaster and fired a single shot. The bolt struck Master Quar in the chest, sending him collapsing to the ground, his lightsaber rolling from his grip. Before the others could react, Bane was on the move. He leaped from his hiding spot, both blasters drawn, firing rapidly. The Mirialan Jedi ignited his lightsaber, deflecting the shots with practiced ease. But Bane's attacks were relentless. The young apprentice, Dara, screamed in horror as she saw her master fall, but she too ignited her blade, rushing to aid Jairus. Bane anticipated the move. With a flick of his wrist, he released a small, spherical device, a stunner. It exploded in a flash of blinding light and sound, disrupting their concentration just long enough for Bane to close the distance. Jairus fought valiantly, his green blade whirling as he tried to fend off the bounty hunter. But Bane was a master of dirty tactics. As Jairus prepared to deliver a killing blow, Bane sidestepped and kicked a cloud of dust into the Jedi's face. Blinded, Jairus staggered, and Bane capitalized on the opening. With a quick draw, he shot the Jedi through the heart. The Mirialan collapsed, his lightsaber extinguishing as it clattered to the ground. Dara, the last remaining Jedi, stood frozen in shock, her blade trembling in her hands. "Your fight's over, kid," Bane said coldly, advancing on her. Dara raised her lightsaber, but it was a futile gesture. With a swift motion, Bane disarmed her. the blade clattering to the rocky ground. She backed away, fear etched on her face. But Bane showed no mercy. A single shot ended her life, the red bolt searing through her chest. Silence fell over the ravine, the only sound the faint crackling of the dying fire. Bane holstered his blasters, surveying the bodies of the fallen Jedi. There was no satisfaction in his expression, only the cold detachment of a man who had done this countless times before. Todo floated over, scanning the area for any remaining threats. "All clear, boss." Bane nodded, his mind already on the next job. There was always another target, another bounty. The galaxy was full of scum and heroes alike, and he made no distinction between the two. To him, they were all the same, just another mark on the list. As Bane turned to leave, he glanced back at the dead Jedi, their lifeless eyes staring into the void. No one would mourn them, and their sacrifice would soon be forgotten, lost in the endless conflict that consumed the galaxy. For Cad Bane, this was just another day, another hunt, another kill. And in the darkness of the Outer Rim, the hunter continued his work, a specter of death that left only despair in his wake.